a new year will start. And as we approach the end of the year, we can see maybe looking back at all the things we might have held on to. This year has been especially challenging for a lot of us. But if it wasn't for this year, we wouldn't be here all together. Because this really gave the opportunity for us to meet in this way, this pandemic, these difficult times. And as we tune into the moment, we can even think the many things that we cannot hold on to. And every day our body shows us with every breath that we must let go. We cannot hold on to the last breath. We cannot hold on to any breaths. And so every time we breathe in and every time we breathe out, we're letting go a little bit. So you sit here calmly, comfortably. Maybe just noticing what are some things today that you're still holding on to. And it is not about wanting things that we don't have. It's not about having goals or trying to achieve things, but it's more about the things that we cannot change, holding on to the things that are changing on their own and wanting things to be different. So as you sit here, maybe just noticing that about today, about this very moment. In this very moment, what are some things that maybe you're still holding on to? Maybe a conversation from a few moments before. Maybe there's still emotions in the body that you're kind of trying to fight to not acknowledge, to bring in a sense of just knowing what's here. And just like everything else, with a deep sense that these things will change. And so as we take a deep breath together, and we let go of that breath at the same time, it becomes very evident to us that we can't hold on to things. That life is a passing journey. And that we're all here momentarily. And I'm sure just like most of you, there are many things that I was holding on to this past year, hoping for things to be normal again, whatever I call normal. Waiting for things to change back to what I knew. So there were many challenges that we went through this past year. Many losses. So I'd like to invite you to just take a moment, just in silence, as we remember some of our community members who have been really deeply touched by loss this past year. Loss of a loved one, maybe loss of financial well-being. But in particularly, I like to remember some people that transitioned from this plane of existence into the next one. So in particularly remembering, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing the names correctly. And maybe every time I mention a name silently in our minds, we can say thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for having shared these moments with some of our community members that were close to you. So remembering right now, Hubert Walker, who has transitioned, and Oscar Kogan, and Oscar Carnota, and Asada Elkin, and Robert Edgar, and Alison Prideaux, and in remembrance, sitting here in deep gratitude towards them for the teachings they left. And also remembering anybody close to your heart right now who might have transitioned at this moment, maybe this year, maybe in a few years past. And just remembering them, remembering their memory, and perhaps just saying thank you. So today, as we talk about letting go, it's very important to recognize that we're not letting go of the memories. We're not letting go of the people we loved. We're not letting go of what they meant to us, of their teachings. We're letting go of our need for things to be different. It is within that need that we suffer so much. And so as we talk about letting go today, we can see that now we've completed the foundational attitudes of mindfulness. We've been reviewing them for the past few months. And we can see how they're all intertwined, one in another. Letting go also contains in itself acceptance, which is acknowledging what's happening. And so as we take another deep breath together, and we let go of this breath, becoming fully aware of the body breathing here. Knowing that you're breathing in, knowing that you're breathing out. Knowing that we cannot hold on to this breath. Becoming fully aware of this body, sitting here or lying or standing here. Letting go of any preconceived ideas of how it should work. Often we hold on to the past, and the body changes every day. And as you notice the body sitting here, you might notice sensation in the body. And some sensations might be pleasant, and they might drive this inner holding on, this desire for things to be pleasant, a natural function of the mind. Maybe as you drop the shoulders, softening around any tightness and tension. There might be a sense of letting go. And if you notice any tension or tightness or any unpleasant sensations, perhaps you notice the need to change it, to wanting things to be different. And this wanting things to be different is more an invitation to feel tightness, the invitation to let go, acknowledging that sometimes that's not the case. And then letting go of that need for us to control, for us to have things be a certain way. So as you tune in here to the body and to all the sensations on the palms of your hands or the feet or the legs, just noticing how there is a constant change. And as you notice the body breathing, the body teaches us to let go every time. Even until our last day, we never hold on to the breath. Every out breath is a letting go. And when you notice the mind drifting, telling stories, perhaps just letting go of that, the mind will tend to hold on to the story, the narrative. And at that time, when you notice this, when you notice the mind wandering, distracting away, you can always come back to bringing your attention back to the breath in this way. Letting go of the thinking, letting go of anything that's holding on, that the mind is holding on to right now. There's no need to change anything. We're just redirecting our attention. And every time we redirect our attention to the moment, we're letting go a little bit more, little by little. The poet Rumi tells us life is a balance of holding on and letting go. And we can find that balance right here, right now. And just like this, we can find this balance. every moment of your life. And when our experience becomes unpleasant and challenged, with strong emotions and maybe pains and aches in the body, when things are difficult, letting go means that we're not chasing for them to go away. We let go of the need to have things be different than they are. We come back to the present and we stay with it as the biggest act of love and compassion. There is no greater act of love than this. Towards yourself and towards others. Perhaps as you notice this holding on to things, maybe noticing what that feels like. What does holding on feel like? And then just allowing for things to be the way they are. There's a sense of ease on that. Otherwise, we're always swimming against the current. It could be quite exhausting. So Rumi also says, let go of your worries. Let go of your worries and be completely clear-hearted, like the face of a mirror that contains no images. If you want a clear mirror, behold yourself and see the shameless truth which the mirror reflects. If metal can be polished to a mirror-like finish, what polishing might the mirror of the heart require? Between the mirror and the heart is this single difference. The heart conceals secrets, while the mirror does not. And every time you see your reflection in the mirror, the moment you move away from the mirror, that reflection is gone. It doesn't hold on to it. So everything in life becomes our teacher. And as you continue to pay attention to your breathing or the sensations in the body, noticing the subtle changes. Noticing how sometimes the breath is long, sometimes it's short, sometimes it's deep, and sometimes it's shallow. So Danna Faulds says, let go of the ways you thought life, let go of the ways you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with a grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against the invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanation that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams and destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. So maybe taking a moment to tune into some things, maybe some things that are happening that we're still holding on to. Acknowledging that change is inevitable. And it is through the recognition of change that we flow through life with ease. And so as you sit here, as we all sit here together in this space, together with one another, joined together by this breath, by this life, bringing a sense of gratitude, just how we started today. Sense of gratitude towards yourself, and perhaps just saying thank you. It takes courage and it takes strength to sit in this way with one another, to sit in this way with ourselves. This is a very intimate process, but it's also a very together process. So I thank you for sitting in this way. I thank you for your kind attention, your warm presence. So I thank every one of you for joining me in this way, for coming together.